Okay, anybody doing a 2021 Ford Explorer, you do not need to take the intake off like Service Info tells you need to. I do recommend taking the throttle body off to make it easier. I mean, I'll show you from the top to get in here and disconnect the two wires, and then you just pull it out through this hole because you can get access to both of those bolts. It goes right there. There's two bolts with little studs on them that wiring harness right there sits on. And the hardest part's gonna be getting the two wires off, but I use the camera. I'll show you what I did, but this came out right through this hole here, so no need to take the intake off like they say. Yeah, so that's what it looked like before. Now I put it back, obviously, with the two wires bits there on those studs, and I had to unplug this sensor to give me enough room, but that's about it down here. Plus I took all the shields off and stuff, but I'm not gonna bore you with that, and then I'll go show you what I did up there. Alright, so this is what it looks like up here. You can't see it, it's up under here above this engine mount, and you might be like, why don't you just take the engine mount out? That engine mount has oil flowing through it, so not real easy to just take out. Super wicked cool deal. They want you to take out the intake manifold. I took off the throttle body for more room and to see if I could get it some other way. It's a 13 millimeter on the main bolt. You want to take that one off first, and a 10 millimeter here. Like I said, I took the intake tube off and the throttle body to give me more room, and then I grabbed my camera, which I will reposition for you, maybe. I'll try to. Somewhere. Where are you? Look at too many viewfinders. There it is. You can see you got two studs that you need to deal with. Obviously I'm working in reverse because I tried to see if I could take it out before doing a video on a shortcut. When removing, it seemed a lot easier to take this one out first because it's the wire is kind of covering the other little wire. This one being the 13, this one will be the 10. And then obviously I'm going to replace them in the same order. You can see down here, here's the two wires. Of course, you definitely want to unplug the battery before doing any of this, by the way. This is the little wire, and this is the big wire. It's got a little rubber cap on it, and that covers that. So I'm gonna go put them back, and then I'll show you here, I guess. You see I got another nut on. Key tip here, find it with your finger and then put the nut on, because this is going to be all discombobulating in the brain if you're using a camera. If you're using a mirror, I don't know, it's still going to be discombobulating. So this seems a lot easier than a mirror, I will have to say, because the mirror, you got to look down there. This, I can look up here while my arm's down there. So I'll tighten this one up and then I'll put the other one on. I can't get a torque wrench in here, so you know, I'm going with this little guy, and I'm not going to go too hard, otherwise you're going to break it. So that is what it looks like with the other one on. This one takes a little bit more effort to put on and off, so if you have this short of a ratchet, not super worried about you breaking it, but obviously if you tighten it too much, it's going to damage it. Just so you know, because this is upside down, this is on the bottom and this is on the top of the solenoid, if you're feeling around there doing the braille method. And then you're just gonna put that rubber plug back on, obviously, and then put everything back here. I have this line up out of the way, and obviously the throttle body needs to go back on with its connector, and then its thing here. I will say Ford really dropped the ball here. They put this worm gear clamp on, and then they put the piece to tighten and loosen it at the bottom instead of putting it on the top. And there's no reason for it to be on the bottom either, because like there's coolant, and like it would be hard to get at it even with the engine out of the car. So what the hell? are these engineers smoking, but Jesus, guys. Not to mention you're telling people to take a whole intake out, which the intake is definitely not fun to take off. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing it this way. Yeah, so, not to mention that there's 30K on this and it needs a starter. So, dropping the ball for it. Thanks. Everything's back together. Line's on. This is on. It's plugged in. I even spun this around, which is no easy task because it has little things that keep it bit in. So that one's fine. They did good there, but this one was on 180 degrees. Now you can actually tighten it, loosen it. So did that because Fords break a lot, and I'll probably be the next guy that works on it. So leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thanks for watching.